Great counter by Wilder. Sense the super kick coming. That is classic teamwork right there from the Revival.
Oh, roll up now, shoulders down. Is it enough now for the Revival to win the matchup and a kick out of two? And you
The
saw
Revival.
He really thought they were going to win the matchup there.
All right, are we
and
back?
That's how important this match is. Tags made. Double team by the Usos.
Super kicks in stereo, and again, down goes Dawson.
Tag.
Let's see if we can
Up
keep
to the
stuff
top
together
rope.
this time.
The Usos are gonna fly.
Oh, messed up the suicide
Dawson
dive.
flattened on the outside.
There's the splash.
Might be
Cover
over.
In the middle of the ring. The
God,
Usos,
the
are
Usos
back.
win. Usos beat the Revival. All right, Roman, you gotta go, man. Roman was not out here, by the way. There was no Roman Reigns. It was just the Usos versus the Revival. All right, we're back, guys. Hopefully it'll stay good this time. All right, let's see. Let me get to the chat. Okay. Yeah, I had to do a new one. That's one of the lesser one of the things that YouTube could really work on is allowing you to just continue off of a stream that you already had instead of like it being just game over. There might be a way to do that. So actually I might not, probably shouldn't say that, but I'm not sure where it would start and if it was possible. So just had to make a brand new one. Thank you guys for finding your way back in here though. We are live. We are live, baby. We are back. Bryan's in the house. Yep. Bryan's in the house. Came back just in time. I started the stream just in time for us to go to commercial. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thanks for dealing with the issues. Hopefully now it'll be a lot more on time. You guys won't be hearing me calling a match like way after stuff happens on the show. So let's hope that we keep it together here. It's been a while. Bryan's been over on the on Mixer, I believe. If that's the same Bryan. And thank you guys for giving the stream thumbs up right away. I see you guys. I see you. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. We are back. We are live, baby. Live and direct. Oh, they got some new stickers on Mixer over here. I see a Grim Reaper looking thing, and I see a knight. Looks like Dark Souls. Just gotten John Morrison versus Big E match ending when you ended the stream. Yeah, the thing is, I ended it probably like 6 minutes after that. So that's how far behind it was. That's what was going on. I was like, yo, why are people commenting on stuff that I talked about that long ago? And so yeah, sorry about that, guys. Welcome. We are at commercial break right now. The Usos just knocked off the Revival. So the Revival are once again back of the line type of tag team. They didn't really get any offense in that I noticed. Anything to write home about. It looked like they were just getting smashed left and right. Which I don't know why you have to do that to make teams look strong. You can let teams do well and still have the other team just look like they got the edge, and that there's somebody to look out for. You can have them turn up the heat a little bit, or go a little bit darker, or go a little bit faster, or utilize some of the outside. Like they could have told the same story without kind of nerfing the Revival's offense. That's one of the things that needs to needs to get a little bit better about wrestling is you don't have to destroy another wrestler to make another wrestler look good. It's all in how they win and the way they act leading up to the win. That type of stuff can build volumes. You know, it's like the Terminator. How many people did the Terminator kill in the first Terminator movie? Like 4, maybe. But he was still like the scariest thing. You know, you don't have to go murder everybody just to look dangerous. You just it's in the way you act, the way you get from destruction to destruction. Sometimes is more meaningful and builds a person up or builds a character up more than just them always killing people or them always winning wrestling matches or winning real quickly. I would have rather the Revival looked good and then the Usos just looked that much better than to just get it over with, get them out of here. Bye, Revival. Yeah, they're gonna have to revive themselves. You're digging the Roman Reigns storyline because of the Usos. I'm glad the Usos are back because they really Roman didn't have any backup. They kind of wrote themselves into a corner if the Usos wouldn't have been back. So yeah, I like it too. But Roman's been doing well. I just don't want them to over push Roman right now because they're just now making him look like, you know, that super threat, but not being super pushed down our throats. Revival backstage.
You must feel frustrated for coming up short to the Usos.
Hey, frustrated isn't the damn word for it. If this company, if it's not going to make a change, I guess the Revival's going to have to make some sort of change.
I think it's painfully obvious we're going to do something around here because this company cares for us about as much as they care for the entire tag team division, Kayla. So.
Oh.
Well, do you really think that change could turn your luck around?
What was that? Oh, it's Aunt Bailey and Sasha Banks beating up, or trying to beat up Lacey Evans. Oh no, she's beating them up. Oh my goodness, sounds like a pound out here. Sounds like the pound.
Screw you, Lacey!
Well, again, chaos in
Well,
another
she got the
brawl
best
with
of them.
Lacey and company, but the situation, Corey, is Sasha Banks seemed hurt there on the floor.
And Sasha Banks is scheduled to have a match tonight with Lacey Evans. You have to imagine it's going to have some sort of implication.
That was really funny.
Well, from complete disdain with those three.
That was really funny. They were just in the middle of telling her that WWE doesn't care about the tag division, and right in the middle of the sentence, it goes to Lacey and Sasha. How true. Otis and Mandy. They're showing what's up.
And then it was Alexa Bliss later on in the night.
Tabano. If it wasn't for the breakdown part of this song, it would be a very, very repetitive song.
Mandy picked up a big win. Mandy. Assist, if you want to call
Mandy's
it that.
theme song is so creepy. Mandy. What if you heard that? What if you woke up at like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m.? It was all dark and a tree was like lightly tapping on your window, and then all of a sudden from your closet you heard, Mandy.
Baby. That's the spirit. Speaking of which, do you think that maybe Otis would want to be ringside for my match tonight?
Otis? Why? I'm gonna be ringside.
I know, it's just, I was so confused about the whole Otis thing. And then I saw him out there for your match last week, and I got it.
You got it.
Otis thing? You know, why you're being so nice to him?
Why is that?
Oh, I mean, he's such a sweet guy. And
Listen, it doesn't matter. Can you just ask him if he'd be out there with me tonight?
I can ask him, but I don't know if he's gonna say yes.
I think if you ask him, he's gonna say yes.
Pink, what's up, man?
G.I. Jane had the nerve to attack you backstage.
G.I. Jane?
If I see her, I swear I'm gonna turn her into a stay-at-home mom. I hope your ankle's okay, though. I'll be okay.
All right, backstage with
You know what?
Bailey and
Screw
Sasha.
Lacey Evans. You know, she doesn't deserve a match with me. I've been working my butt off, making my album, creating a music video,
Making
just
my
rising
album.
my stock like the star that I am. But you know what? I could use the rest, so it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if she's a mom or a Marine. I don't care if I see her in these halls. I'm gonna break her ankle, and I'm gonna break every single bone in her body.
Break her ankle?
Adam,
That was very
What are you gonna do about
specific.
this, Evans, huh?
Well, for the last 2 weeks, we've reported your match with, and for 2 weeks, you haven't been able to go.
That's not my fault.
Listen,
she did this.
Regardless, the match has been promoted. The match is happening tonight.
She can't.
And Bailey is taking your place.
What?
Oh.
Wait.
Hold on. I just heard you say you'd break every bone in her body. You're going to put Lacey in her place.
Yeah, well.
Tonight, you have your chance.
Okay, but I'm not putting my line against Lacey. She does not deserve that title opportunity.
And that's fine. You don't have to put it on the line tonight. Tonight is non-title, but it is official.
What?
And it's next.
What?
Oh, okay.
How does she always get her freaking way?
I wish the title was on the line. Lacey with the title might be kind of good, you know? Is this the GM? I don't know who that guy was. I probably should know who that was, but I have no idea. I don't know who. You got me. Break her ankle. Yeah, that was very strange for her to just say that. But then again, Bailey's been messing up her promos for like years now. Yeah, we need to find somebody who's gonna actually fight with that title. That's true. But there are a lot of titles like that right now. What is up, Tink? Big Tink is in the house. I didn't see anybody say that they were trash. I don't think they're trash. Who said they were trash? We don't really talk about superstars like that in here. I don't think Bailey and Sasha are trash at all. I think Sasha has definitely improved her wrestling back up to an okay level, and Bailey's been pretty solid at wrestling. Her promos are very bad. Her promos are very bad. I have not seen her not mess up a promo. She trips over her words. She gets ahead of herself. She thinks 3 lines down the road. You could tell she just doesn't have that thing for promos right now. I don't know what it is. She used to be able to cut them all right, and she is a little boring as a heel. She just seems upset. She doesn't seem like a bad person, you know. She seems upset. I think heels need to have a little bit more edge. So there are a few things she could do to really raise her stock as a champion and as a heel, but I don't think she's trash. The U.S. and the WWE Raw Tag Team are on the same boat, along with the Raw Women's title. U.S. title's been defended more than anything. I don't know why you're lumping that in there. The U.S. title's been defended more than any other title. There's not been a title that's been on the line more times more recently than the United States title, so I wouldn't put that one in there. Now, when it comes to the World Heavyweight Championship, yes. Gosh, man, what else? The Intercontinental Championship, yeah, and the Smackdown Women's Championship, yeah. That is for sure. Lacey is a top star. She's doing better. She's definitely doing better. She's coming into her own, and I think a lot of that has to do with them not leaning so heavily on her and just letting her be more like herself, more like the stuff she actually cares about. All right, we're back from commercial.
Champion Bailey gonna go one-on-one with Lacey Evans.
Oh, it is up next. All right, but you know Sasha is gonna be next to her. Let's find out if Sasha's gonna come out with Bailey. Bailey comes out here. She's holding her title like it's just a handbag she doesn't like. Yeah, the IC title is definitely been. You see it all the time, but it's the defenses don't happen. They're cowards. Yeah, they do act like cowards. That's for sure. And that's one of the things about it. It's like being a coward and just looking upset is not being a heel. And it would be kind of fun if if she was just a heel, if she was just bad, but she just seems like she's just having a bad day, you know? It doesn't seem like she's really a heel. It feels like she's having a bad day. There are definitely ways for Bayley to get on the better side of this gimmick she's got going on right now. Okay, so Sasha is not out here with her. So this might actually be a fair fight. And Lacey, here she comes. All right, we got Lacey. Where's she at? There she is.
But hide behind their, quote, lack of a...
Hardly seen Becky lately. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad about that though, because when you do see her, she's actually doing stuff that that's a little bit more believable, and it seems like she actually cares about what she's doing now instead of just like playing a part. It really does seem like she's after Asuka, and I like that a lot. I hope they have a great match. Of course, Sasha isn't there. Oh my. How about Lacey? She's more star power than Becky is? I don't know about that. Not star power, but she's just a little bit more believable right now.
And that is what Bayley is faced
like
with.
I said,
I think we're going to see a lot more
Becky's
Marine
doing a much better job now that they're like toning it down and just letting her be herself, letting her be more like, let her just seem more involved in what she's doing and not just trying to be like, oh yeah, I'm the man. You know?
Under the skin of Lacey Evans has been very effective. Lacey's become highly emotional.
I think every single one of these women has the ability to be at the top of the fight card. They just have to have something good written for them, and then they have to be put in places that make sense to them. You can tell that Bayley on the mic, it just doesn't make quite make sense to her yet. I'm not saying altogether. I'm saying this character she's playing. I don't think she has great direction with it.
A short flurry by Bayley in the beginning, and you saw Lacey make the motion. She would love an opportunity at Bayley's championship.
Lacey takes all of these verbal attacks very, very personally. The fact that Bayley and Banks on repeated instances have insulted Lacey's being a mother, the thing she's most proud of.
Lacey up over the top, lands on her feet, rolls up. Bayley is
Lacey used to have another finisher. Remember the moonsault? She was using that for a while. But it's just the women's right is the thing that they want to really do. Oh, Bayley with the heel move, putting the feet on the rope.
SmackDown Women's Champion looking to take a shortcut.
Again, Bayley is the veteran. She knows every trick in the book. She has been a great champion, whether you like
dropping a double axe handle across the back.
It's hard to disagree with you, and Bayley certainly picked up a few notes along the
Bayley's
way.
she definitely wrestles a little bit more mean. I like
chip on
that.
her shoulder as well, Corey. That Becky Lynch, the current women's champion over on Raw, has garnered all the headlines this year, last year as well.
Last year as well. Yeah, exactly.
The Royal Rumble event a week from
Cameron,
Sunday.
what's up, man?
Streaming live on the WWE Network.
WWE. All the W's.
Handful of hair just making Evans.
Becky's not boring. She's not boring. Her fighting style is very it's very John Cena-esque though. Very 5 moves of doom type of stuff.
Discovered in recent months has served her very well as
But
SmackDown Women's
like I said,
Champion.
she's been getting a lot more intriguing, and her character is actually showing more now with this Asuka thing. So I like that a lot.
Played the long game, waited her out,
That's
and now
definitely
the
good
champion's
stuff.
in control.
Yeah, Sasha Banks was supposed to be the opponent for Lacey Evans tonight. Banks
Bayley fights like she does. She fights hardcore, man. Like I said, I have nothing wrong with Bayley in the ring. In the ring, she's fine.
Bayley with a high elbow.
It's just it's not all about
by
that.
Bayley. Is it enough kick out? So much has made Corey this change in attitude by Bayley late last year, but it's hard to question. She's had such success.
She did say it a lot.
100% right. You can't argue with the results. Bayley to this day has refused to admit any sort of change.
Yeah, I agree. They're trying too hard with the heel thing, but it's not working because they don't. Sasha is a good heel, but just all the constant running away and stuff gets a little annoying. But Bayley is just, it's not good heel work. It just seems like she's upset and having a bad day. I don't get heel from her. Her wrestling, I do. When she wrestles, I'm like, dang, dude, she's doing them dirty out here. Bayley. Oh, trying for that draping neck breaker again, but does not get it. Lacey sees it coming. Hits her with a hot right.
Bayley bounced off the top turnbuckle.
Chill out, Liverbird. No reason to hate these people. These people have done more good for this world than most people ever do in their whole life. Hate is a very strong word. I don't think they ever did anything to you, man.
Back into the ring and right back into the matchup. Bringing the fight to the
Pretty
Smackdown
sure Seth
Women's
never
Champion.
cut you off in traffic.
Into the corner, lands on her feet, up over the top. Peels Bayley across the ring.
Lacey with a weird heel throw.
What happens with a kick driving Bayley right into the bottom turnbuckle?
That kick would have made McAfee jealous.
Seeing some weird botchiness here. Bronco Buster by Lacey in the corner.
Lacey, tremendous athlete.
Crushing the air out of Bayley's lungs.
Matches early on in her career over on Monday Night Raw, Corey, and we both said
Lacey
that
going
she's
second
a
rope.
champion. There's no
Oh,
doubt
is she
about
gonna do
that.
the moonsault thing? Yeah, see? I think she's gonna do it.
Steps inside the ring. She improves. She learns. Will she excel tonight?
There it goes.
Top rope.
Oh, knees to the stomach.
Her knees up right to the gut of Lacey.
Could almost chalk that
Yeah,
up to
see
relative
that moonsault that she does.
Lacey
I think
Evans
that's her
feeling
secondary
the
finisher,
adulation
but
of the WWE Universe took half a second too long to
they
enjoy
definitely
it.
utilize
They
the
allowed
women's
veteran
right as the one
Bayley
that's supposed to put
to
people
reverse.
away.
And with Bayley favoring her left knee. And the SmackDown Women's Champion driving Lacey into the barricade. Bayley has taken over.
When
Bayley
we see you
puts
enter
a
through our door,
knee right to Lacey's head and sends her to the commercial break. Sends her brain to the commercial break. Cameron in the house. What is up, man? Dang, Cameron's level 37? Thank you so much for spending time with me, guys. I hope you're enjoying SmackDown Live. I hope you're enjoying SmackDown Live, okay, live along with me. Not that it's called SmackDown Live. I got to break that habit. It's hard to break, man. I've called it SmackDown Live for so long. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I must say, I very much appreciate you guys going through the trouble to re-find the stream, and because I know once you stop watching a stream, it's difficult to get back in. It's difficult to find sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't show up in your search results. Sometimes it, no matter if you refresh or not, it doesn't show up on my page. So thank you guys very much for going through the issue earlier. Hopefully I'm giving you guys a good good experience here. The dude who acted a general manager is WWE producer named Adam Pearce. So maybe he's kind of that role. If you guys, I don't know if you ever watched Total Divas or Total Bellas. There's a guy backstage who would, like, if you did anything weird, like got a tattoo or cut your hair or anything like that without their consent, there'd always be this guy who they'd have to talk to. They go to his office and he'd be like, "Oh, that's it." That's funny. That's her character right now, Matthew. Doesn't mean that's her. But yeah, that's what she's acting like right now, and I do like that. But the only problem I have with that is that she doesn't seem like a bad guy right now. She just seems like she's having a bad day, and it doesn't seem like she really cares about the title. She just doesn't want to lose it. Which, I mean, those are ways to build heat, but they're just, I don't know, it's just not the most compelling to me. It's not the most interesting, especially when people just run away. Like, if Brock wasn't such a beast, I'd feel the same way about Brock, but Brock is just like, he's probably just like, dude, I don't want to fight any of these guys. Why would I fight these guys? Why would I watch the show? Why would I watch the show? Why would I even be here? There's nobody worthy, nobody's stepping. So maybe if Bayley was more like Brock, I could see with her like constantly not defending the title and stuff. But she's not like Brock. Add words to Bayley's theme. That could be cool. NASCAR commercial. Yep, Daytona 500. All right, back to it.
SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Critical.
Thank you guys for all the thumbs up as well, man. I see how many thumbs up do we have yet?
Opportunity down the road.
I think it's even bigger than that. It's
thumbs up
deeply
we got
personal with both Bayley and Sasha Banks. All Lacey truly wants is to get her hands on both of these women. This is a big.
There was an XFL commercial.
Potentially be title implications down the road.
5 thumbs, 7 thumbs, 7 thumbs up.
Backstage brawl earlier on tonight.
7 thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who gave a thumbs up.
Really taken up a notch when Bayley and Sasha started to involve Lacey's young daughter.
Oh, Lacey went for another Bronco Buster, but nothing there.
Evans and Lacey fights out of it.
Big boot, connected hard. Bayley's rocked.
Bayley gets put back in the ring by Lacey.
Attitude of Lacey Evans.
Oh, goodness. Now Bayley delivers that draping stunner type move there. She actually did it very well that time.
And now the frustration beginning to build with Bayley. Unloads with the right hands to Evans.
Normally I'm not a huge supporter of that move. It just looks pointless, but she did it right this time. She actually stood straight up and hit her with it.
Letting Lacey overcommit to something and then
or not stood straight up, but she sat straight up. So all that damage went to the head.
Nice throw this time to Lacey.
February 8th is the debut already? Wow, that soon? XFL is coming that soon?
Bayley continues to wear Evans down, but you gotta love the
Imagine if Lacey just about to win a match and Lacey's daughter suddenly comes to the ring and hooks Sasha's leg and pins her. That'd be awesome. Aww.
Oh, it's that grit, it's the attitude.
That would be cool.
Bayley's second.
I don't know, her. Nice back elbow. Bayley looking for the pin. Not enough. I don't know. Her daughter seemed very feisty. Her daughter might actually try to beat up Sasha.
She thought she won the match right there.
Is that after the Super Bowl?
Right.
Maybe.
Lacey's eyes was almost glazed over.
I don't know the exact date.
Battle still continues.
I hope Ronda Rousey comes to SmackDown. Beats up Bayley and Sasha.
Bayley gonna go up to the top.
Why would she do that though?
Has
she had any beef with them?
And Bayley cross body, nobody home. Lacey ducked out of the way, and this could be the opening for Lacey Evans.
Bayley in the corner.
All the wind driven out of the champion's body. Missing the
my goodness. Hangs her out to dry. Top rope, women's right. Runs right into it. That's done. That's done. Wow. Dudley, I see you dancing. I see you dancing down there. Dudley, get up here. I know you want to see it. Dudley.
Pin the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring.
Dudley likes Lacey. He thinks Lacey's a great wrestler. You dancing to the music in your head? He knows the whole song by heart too. Dudley. Oh man.
Lacey Evans victorious here tonight. Right now, we'd like to go back to the locker room area and join.
Oh, all right. See you later, Dudley. He's really working on this teleporter.
Bayley, please welcome my guest, Shorty G.
Shorty G. Oh, they're
Shorty,
booing him.
2 weeks ago, Sheamus returned to SmackDown with a surprising and unprovoked attack on you. Why do you think he singled you out?
Elise, Sheamus came back after months, and the first thing he chooses to do is start projecting his own insecurities on me. Well, Sheamus isn't getting in my head with his little mind tricks, walking in his spooky little hallway with his orange light, talking like a tough guy, and then attacking me while I'm already down. Ain't gonna work on me. Over the past few months, I've learned that when you accept who you are and you embrace it, you've already won the hardest battle.
What?
And if that's a lesson Sheamus wants me to teach him myself,
hang on, I'm gonna play it.
I'll do it. And I know Sheamus is big, and I know he's one of the most decorated athletes that we have. Hey, hey.
Oh, Sheamus is here.
Has anybody seen Shorty G? Anybody? Has anybody seen? Oh,
Dude.
There you are. Nice. You know, it's funny. I heard you squeaking from across the room.
Squeaking.
But I just couldn't see you. There's an Irish saying that goes, keep your breath to cool your porridge. Or I was going to have to kick the head of yours off your shoulders. One more time. All right, fella. All right.
Oh! Yo, Shorty G with the takedown. Shorty G going after Sheamus backstage. Oh my goodness. Sheamus is just throwing stuff now. Okay. Houston, we have a problem. Chad Gable just took down Sheamus and just beat him down backstage to the point where they had to pull it apart, and then Sheamus got up like, I can't believe this happened to me. Oh my goodness. You didn't know Dudley could disappear? Dudley's got all kinds of powers. Bryan, man, you've missed things. He's got some things. He's got some abilities. He has some abilities that are considered to be unnatural. Dang. Cameron with $2 through the super chat. Thank you so much, Cameron. And here we go. Yo ho ho. Ron the Camronian. $2 super chat. Super chat. And now he's the boss too. The chat champion. Cameron hype. Cameron, thank you, dude. I missed the bit notifications. They need to get back to me, dude. I don't want to go remaking all that stuff and then find out that they're just gonna put me back on. And over here. What's this? What's this? Bryan is hosting. Thank you for hosting, man. And over here, I'm gonna give Cameron the robot. Thank you, Cameron. Very much. $2. Dudley's a magician. Not a magician. He's an alien, and he has some technology that allows him to do things of that nature from time to time. We had a whole event called The Journey that where Dudley showed some of what he can do, and basically everybody did. Man, I wish I could just explain it in a very easy to follow sentence, but it's kind of complex. Basically, we all went on a journey to the underworld together, and it was a interactive wrestling event, basically like a movie starring us, where we have multiple paths that we can go on and stuff. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. They're at commercial right now. Oh, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman backstage. Look at how huge he is.
Excited about the Royal Rumble. Now, this is going to come as no surprise to you, but I'm declaring myself for the men's Royal Rumble match.
No way.
But that's
Braun's
next
going to
week.
be in the Royal Rumble.
Let's talk about something that's on my mind right now. And that's the Intercontinental Championship that Shinsuke Nakamura has. And his little sidekick, Sami Zayn, running around, doing everything in his power to keep me from having my opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. Now, let's be for real. I've pinned Shinsuke Nakamura twice now. If that doesn't dawn me an opportunity, I don't know what I got to do. So I don't care if it's tonight in Greensboro, next week in Dallas, hell at the Royal Rumble. I want my opportunity anytime, any place.
See what I'm talking about? Even Braun Strowman is delivering his promos with more,
ladies and gentlemen,
more crisp.
Elias.
Merry Christmas. Oh, here we go.
Folks, I need to be honest with you.
Elias.
Over the last year, I learned a lot about myself, and while I realized I am the full embodiment of WWE, I also realized that I can't do it on my own. The truth is, I need you.
No, he's been an alien. Dudley was born an alien.
Because for Elias to reach where he has to go, there needs to be a truth that rings out from every voice in every arena across the world. A truth that I'm certain everyone in Greensboro knows, and that is that WWE stands for. I said WWE stands for. Ooh. Yeah. Nah. I got into town earlier today and I wrote a little song called Walking in Greensboro. But I need everybody to clap along.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he ever forgets his song.
I was walking in Greensboro. You'll never guess what I saw.
Oh, boy.
Oh!
What did you see? You saw Shinsuke? That's interesting. He saw Shinsuke in Greensboro. Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, and Cesaro. Such a weird pairing.
Please.
I like it though.
Please. Elias, I'm sorry to interrupt your little sing-song, but the great liberator, Sami Zayn, is here. And what I have to say is far more important than what you're doing. So all you people that want to sing along and clap along are going to need to shut your mouths for just 1 minute. We are dealing with serious business. We are dealing with Braun Strowman running around backstage talking about how he wants Shinsuke Nakamura. He wants a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Let me tell you something about Shinsuke Nakamura. This man does not back down from a fight. Not from anyone, anytime, any place. So Braun Strowman, you're not going to need to wait very long. You want an answer. The answer is absolutely not. Let me tell you something, you stupid oaf. You are in no position to demand anything. I call the shots around here. Me. We call the shots around here. We dictate the terms of what happens and when, and nothing is happening, not with the Royal Rumble match 9 days away, no sir. Because let me remind you something, Royal Rumble match 9 days away, let me remind you, you are looking at a man who actually won the Royal Rumble match. Yeah. So let this be a message not only to Braun Strowman, but to everybody, every member of the WWE roster. You are all officially being put on notice. Now, I've made my point. Elias, go back to doing whatever it is you do there. All right?
Actually, Sammy, before you go.
Here we go.
See, while you were up there spitting all that nonsense, I was actually multitasking. I was listening and writing a song at the same time. Yeah. Thank you. And it's a little song I wrote. It's called Sami Zayn Needs to Shut His Damn Mouth.
Very in-depth.
And everybody, if you want to help me with the chorus, it's Shinsuke sucks. So let's clap along because it goes like this.
Hey, shut up! Stop that right now! Stop right now! Every single one of you, shut your mouth right now! How dare you! How dare you!
How dare you! How dare you! Remember that last night? That was funny.
You think that's funny, do you, huh?
I do.
Hey, Cesaro, why don't you show them what we do to funny guys around here, huh?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Here we go, the Swiss
Cesaro.
Superman bringing the fight to Elias.
Yeah, going right after Elias. Elias still trying to get the
Cesaro
microphone of the guitar off. And look at Elias
jumping
now,
Elias.
fighting back against Cesaro.
This is what the Troubadour gets for disrespecting the great liberator.
And of course,
here we
now
go.
the Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Now it's a 2-on-1 attack of Elias. This is the way that Sami Zayn and his thugs do business. And how Zayn gets involved with the cheap shots. It makes it 3-on-1.
Oh, Braun's here.
Get out of there.
Uh-oh. Get out of there. Yeah, you guys better run. Braun's here. He wants his title shot. Braun! Dude, I love the way his song hits. It fits so well. I love it. Fallen Red Hawk, thank you for clicking follow. Have you followed before? Is that why it's not showing up? Normally it shows up. But either way, thank you very much. Here's a taco for you, okay? We give one free taco to each person who followed. Digital tacos, baby. Fallen Red Hawk, thank you so much. Welcome to Team Gritty. Braun eliminates everybody from the ring.
Braun Strowman.
When Joe
Well, you're looking at the man, Braun Strowman.
Alright, let me mute that. I have to mute it anytime people's theme songs come on because WWE goes extra hard with the theme songs, man. They will block your video worldwide or you can't make any money off of it. Nobody can even see your video, like nothing. No promotion, no nothing. So we're not doing that. When Joe aka Roman Reigns, oh, you were using his full name, I see. You spelled it wrong, but yeah. Came to announce he had leukemia. He bounced back with the biggest return last year of Raw. I'm glad we're not booking Roman Reigns on SmackDown as much. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. It's been a very good look for him recently. Oh, they're giving props to Rocky Johnson.
WWE in 1982, electrifying audiences as the Soul Man.
Look at this Rocky Johnson. Oh, is he exciting or is he?
Rocky and Tony Atlas went on to form the Soul Patrol, and the two made history in 1983 when they became the first ever African-American tag team champions.
Just both out of
in
control,
1970, Johnson married 𝗏𝗏𝘃𝗏𝗪, daughter of the legendary High Chief 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗪. Rocky and Ata would go on to have a son, Dwayne.
Little Dwayne. Who could that be?
Rocky
Little
would
Dwayne.
train his son in the world of sports entertainment, and upon his debut in WWE, Dwayne adapted the persona Rocky 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏 as a tribute to his family's legacy.
Father and son rocking the house here, ladies and gentlemen. At WrestleMania.
Rocky Johnson's career would come
his drop
full
kick is
circle in
incredible.
2008 as his son inducted him into the WWE Hall of Fame.
My dad was a hero to me. He was larger than life.
Man was born both.
Legendary matches.
No,
I
he
witnessed
was.
as
They
a
just
kid.
showed him. He was like
He was able
super
to cross
tiny.
all lines and become one of the most
well, at
dynamic
least
and
compared to his
formidable
dad.
performers of his time. It is my great honor to welcome my dad, Rocky Johnson.
I would like to be remembered for paving the road for all athletes, no matter race, color, or creed.
That's awesome. He got to go into the Hall of Fame while he was still alive.
Soul Man Rocky Johnson's legacy will be celebrated
He was baby
for
boo.
generations.
There is a such thing as baby boo. Rocky, Rocky. Hey, is that Bobby Ray's? I think I just saw Bobby Ray's in the crowd. That was awesome, dude. That was a really good tribute right there.
Nothing beats the one.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. That was a good tribute. That's one of the things that it's something that I always try to tell people about famous people is, it's better to just be happy about what they gave and all that than to be upset about them being gone, because that's what they probably would want, I know it's not easy, but he had a great career, as we just saw, and he gave a lot back to the community. He gave a lot back to just what brought him there, and he did it with just incredible pizzazz, dude. The way he threw punches, the way he threw drop kicks, the way I just absolutely loved the way he would like pop up off the mat. So fun, man. The guy was good. The guy was definitely good. And I'm really glad that he got inducted to the Hall of Fame when he was actually alive. That is one thing that they need to really get on is start inducting more people. Like, how many times have they inducted people who are like 45 years old? Having people get inducted like 2 and 3 times, it's all good, but there are some other people you can get around to first. I hope that the WWE starts really getting on it, because there are just too many people who have passed away without ever achieving that final milestone. Like oh, I got this ring. I'm in the Hall of Fame. The wrestling world knows who I am, and it's all that. It's that same stuff, like about how paintings are worth more once the person who paints it is dead and all that. It's like we gotta be more hype about the people who are actually here with us, and give them that honor while they're here to see it, The Force is strong in him. Yeah, he did have the Force sometimes. The Rock definitely had the Force with his punches. Sometimes it didn't even look like he was touching people. That was a good tribute, though. I liked it a lot. Hopefully at this Hall of Fame we'll get some really good inductees, some people who you could tell are getting up there in years, and I think that would be really, really awesome. There are some people who still aren't in the Hall of Fame who I feel like are Hall of Famers. Is the Boogeyman in? They should put the Boogeyman in. They should put Doink in if Doink's not in. I know Doink's not alive anymore, but they should definitely put Doink in. If Yokozuna is not in, dude, there's some people who just crushed it who aren't in, I don't think. Is Yokozuna in? What's the chat champ? The chat champ is the person who basically, I mean, it's like they won the belt. Cameron is the current chat champion. It takes either a $3 donation or a $3 super chat to take down their life bar. Right now he has 290, because also they lose health whenever people subscribe and stuff like that. So if you subscribe to the channel, you can take his health down a little bit to where you can kind of take him out a little bit easier. So right now he has 290 health. So you'd have to donate $3. You'd have to tip $3, or you'd have to do a $3 super chat to take him down completely, take his life bar completely down, and replace him with your name. So consider doing it if you'd like. Cameron is tough to beat, though, man. I don't know if we want to step. I don't know if you want to go toe to toe with Mr. Leg Day. Packers versus 49ers. They're messing up on these transitions tonight. I'm noticing that. Oh my goodness. I was almost grooving too much to the theme song. Okay, did she invite Otis? Oh, Sonya's going to fight Alexa Bliss. What? Or is she going to fight Nikki Cross? Look at Nikki. Nikki Cross, so happy. I think she's going to fight Nikki. Oh, Alexa Bliss has Pyro. I guess she's fighting Alexa. I didn't see that coming. All right, she's fighting Alexa Bliss. Once again, I mean, I guess she's a multiple-time champion, so it's all right. But there are some superstars where I'm like, what the heck? Why you got Pyro? Especially in AEW. We're not going to talk about them right now, though. Is Otis out here? Oh, okay. Here comes Otis. All right, Otis is coming. Is Sonya and Mandy lesbonic? I don't know. It seemed like they were going down that road for a second there, didn't it? I think they just scrapped the storyline and gave it to Liv Morgan and Lana instead. I don't know.
Believe me when I say I want it that way. That was a tweet that Otis sent out to Mandy.
That's a Backstreet Boys song. I'm a little embarrassed that I know that.
But meanwhile, Tucker said, hey, just
Otis,
be careful.
really?
I don't want you to get hurt, buddy. I know how much you are.
All right, Otis is kind of in the corner. I'm going to put him like right here, like barely peeking in.
I kind of like Sonya Deville's
All right, he's
theory.
kind of in Sonya's corner right here. Here you go.
In some weird,
He's
unusual
just got to
way,
peek it.
Otis presents a
You see
value
him?
to Fire and Desire.
Production team is messing up, yeah.
Wait a minute. Now,
That is
you
true.
Really think that?
Why have friends in life if you can't exploit them?
Lana and Liv are lesbonic. Yeah, that was the main reveal of the wedding.
Well, if Mandy's
That was the main reveal of the wedding that Lana and Lashley had. She interrupted the wedding and she said she'd been having a relationship with Lana.
Again, like you do on that darn podcast every week. And Sonya Deville now taken down by Bliss.
Drop
with a
toe hold
drop
by
toe
Alexa
hold.
Bliss.
Deville, part of Fire
Rolling
and Desire,
through.
or as
Alexa
they
Bliss,
now
hard
call
to keep
themselves on
track of.
Twitter, Laverne and Shirley.
Grab her by her hair,
Back to my era.
says Sonya.
Yeah, TV back there.
Ooh.
Open hand strike
Hey.
and a right by the goddess.
Black and white.
Alexa
And
Bliss
Bliss
is
now with a baseball
cracking the
drop
head
kick
of
to Deville.
Sonya Deville.
Alexa Bliss, again, we mentioned that she's in the Rumble. Last year, she entered at number 26, very advantageous number.
Brooke is a joke. Can't just challenge the chat champ
10-15 minutes
to a
in
first
that
to
match.
10 in Alpha 3. Alpha 3 would be
Now
cool.
Mandy Rose
Jedi
up on
Windex,
the
what's
apron.
up,
Nikki
man?
Cross getting involved. Look at
Oh,
saving
Otis saved Mandy.
And Sonya Deville making sure that her
Mandy got
partner's
dropped off
okay,
the
and
apron,
she
but
is.
Otis
And
caught
in
her.
from behind.
Oh,
Bliss
no,
rolls
Alexa
up
Bliss
the
wins.
And Bliss with the win.
Otis with the roll up. I mean, not Otis. Alexa Bliss with the roll up. Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Can't wait for Roman versus Rude. It might be good. It might be good. Yeah, Otis caught her. She got hit off the apron, but Otis was right there to catch her in like the, I don't know, the Romeo and Juliet type of catch. But Sonya Deville lost off of that. I wonder if that's going to cause some problems between them. Backstage with Robert Roode.
There he is. King, the knight in shining armor. Man, you really came through last week. I mean, you had a plan. He executed it perfectly, and Roman Reigns never saw it coming.
Never. For what he did to you, put you out, put you through that table. Tonight, we're going to get him back, just like we did last week. Put him through that table. How good did that feel?
I've waited 6 long weeks for this opportunity. And tonight, I'm putting the big dog through a table. And then, King, you get to pick the stipulation at Royal Rumble.
I mean, can you imagine the possibilities? I want a match where I can humiliate the big dog Roman Reigns. I want a match where I can take Roman Reigns completely out of the Royal Rumble. Matter of fact, I'm going to pick a match that we can make Roman Reigns bow down
To the
his
king.
Now you're
Yeah,
talking.
I like that.
None of that is possible unless you get the job done and put him through a table. So when you put him through that table, It'll be absolutely
glorious.
Will it, though?
Humiliation.
Will it? We shall see. Roman is going to win. You know, you might be right about that. I don't foresee Roman losing this, but man, with these two at ringside, they've really been letting Roman Reigns look very vulnerable between between I'd say November and now. He's been looking just, man, life support. Man. Well, is that match coming up next? I think they still might have something between here and there. So let me get rid of Bobby Roode for now. It's commercial break time. So let's see what they got. Let's see what they got coming up. I think that by the time they come back, they might just go straight into the main event. Kind of like it if they had a little, like just one more segment before the main event. Wellness violation? Got that wellness policy thing? I wonder. How long are you suspended if you get a wellness policy violation? 6 weeks? Is that exactly how long you get suspended? That'd be weird if he basically just told us exactly what happened by telling us how long he got suspended. You don't know what that is? It's like, it could be anything. It could be he had an abnormally high amount of testosterone in his system when they tested him for drugs. It could be that they actually found some performance enhancing drugs. It could be that he was smoking some of the token on the smokins. He was hanging out with Irish a little bit too much. Could be anything. Could be basically any controlled substance in their system. And I'm not even sure what they consider a controlled substance in the WWE. It might even be like he had too much 𝗥𝗘𝗿𝗄𝗪 or something. Like, I don't know. It's basically just anything that is considered a controlled substance. Excuse me. To WWE will get you knocked. Yeah, but the reason why they call it a wellness policy violation is because it could be a number of things. It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs, you know. It has to be something drug wise, but when you say drugs, people jump to like a weird conclusion about your athletes. So they're trying to make it very politically correct and not really tell people what happened. Yeah, so they check. Too much Tylenol. It depends. It depends on which Tylenol you take. You know, there are some Tylenols that have some other things in them besides just the normal active ingredients. So I don't know. I don't know how deep they go. I don't know how in depth these tests are. But something happened. He obviously was taking something. The replay from earlier.
Took you so long? The problem is, Corey, the Fiend got.
It was a well-laid trap with the assist from the Big Red Machine.
Kane
Daniel Bryan
versus
flatten the Universal Champion with a running knee and bring the fight to the Fiend, which would cause this unfamiliar sight. The Fiend actually retreated from Daniel Bryan.
And then a familiar sight. Remember a couple of weeks ago
Fiend knew
when
he
the
was
Fiend
outnumbered.
changed Daniel Bryan. The night he ripped Daniel Bryan's hair out. Daniel Bryan doing the same to the Fiend here tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. And then Daniel Bryan did something even more crazy. He requested a strap match for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble event. It's going to happen. A strap around Bryan.
He said he'll do it. Okay, so somebody knows the Fiend backstage because the Fiend has accepted the strap match. I wish they would have shown that. That would have been funny. Chad Gable versus Sheamus is happening at the Royal Rumble as well. I could definitely see that being a pre-show match. Bayley is facing off against Lacey Evans. Oh, you know Sasha's going to interfere in that. They're playing this background music again, so I got to keep it muted. But they're showing us parts of the lineup for the Royal Rumble. So we know that there's that strap match is definitely happening between Daniel Bryan and The Fiend. We know that Chad Gable and Sheamus are going to fight. And we know that Lacey Evans is going to take on Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And I kind of hope she gets it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
A tables match!
Here we go. Main event of the evening.
In this match, there are no pinfalls, submissions, countouts, or disqualifications. The only way to win is to put your opponent through a table.
He's going to whip him with it? Oh, man, you might be right. Oh, boy. And here comes the big dog!
Introducing
Roman's getting hype. I like it. The crowd's actually cheering for him again.
Here comes the big dog with a lot on the line tonight. He faces Baron Corbin at the Royal Rumble.
Blow it up.
A win for Roman.
Nice, dude. Nice. Now he's the person I could see having Pyro, even though he's not a champion, because they've spent so much time on him. He's won like every single title there is. I can understand that, but like with upstarts, look out behind you, Roman. Robert Roode from behind just smashes the back of Roman Reigns, ends the theme song, and just goes after him, stomping him.
Picking up steam the last couple of months.
Oh,
when
my.
Roman Reigns dumped an announce table on Roode 7 weeks ago, it cost Robert Roode a month of his career. Roode came back last week and did the same to Roman Reigns, and it has led us to the tables match
tonight. All right, Bobby, you got to move over.
Roode
That's Roman's spot.
Over Roman Reigns tonight, it will be King
All right, who do you guys got? Who do you think's
winning
winning this?
Opportunity to choose the stipulation at the Royal Rumble.
And remember, in
Pyro,
woo! No pinfalls, no countouts, no disqualifications,
looks
no
like it can hold a
submissions.
sword.
You
Yeah, I
win when
see
you
that.
put
There's like
your
a
opponent through
handle on it.
Reigns knocks down Robert
I've noticed
Roode.
that too.
And Roman Reigns fired up here tonight.
Don't expect a lot of finesse in this
Ramen
matchup. This is gonna
noodle
be a
hair.
fight in every sense of the word.
Ramen Reigns.
Roman Reigns dumped outside the ring by Roode. Roman Reigns once won the Royal Rumble match.
Uppercut smacks the chin of Robert and just leaves him laying on the side of the apron.
Eliminations 1 year. Defended his WWE Championship in the Royal Rumble match another. Will be one of the men with the most experience come a week from Sunday.
The big dog looking to end this one early.
The Dudley Boys.
Don't get paid by the hour.
Did they get it? Did they get a Hall of Fame ring? I don't know if they did.
You put your opponent through
but
the
one of
table,
them
you
works
win.
in the WWE backstage
that,
now.
or at least it seems
Devon.
As Reigns
Devon actually is backstage helping them out with all the talent and stuff like that. And Bubba Ray is actually in Ring of Honor, I think. He's in a completely separate promotion right now. He's still wrestling.
A veteran, been a champion around
He's
the
now
world.
known as Bully Ray.
Ally to our brave King Corbin.
As nasty
He's a
as
savage,
they come.
though.
Roman
Yeah, they're
Reigns
good, man.
now,
I guess our table counts.
They are? They got in the Hall of Fame? Okay, thank you.
As Roman Reigns
Okay,
would love
yes.
to end this thing right
Thank
now.
goodness,
Put the
man.
stipulation. Robert
That's
Roode
one of
now
those teams
breaking
that
the eyes
should
of Roman
definitely
Reigns
be in there. They
completely
changed the
legal
face of the
in
game.
this matchup.
Very, very smart, desperate decision by Robert Roode.
And Reigns now driven shoulder first
Ramen.
into the steel steps,
Right into the
and
steel
Roode
steps.
is taken over in this match. Can you imagine the rewards that
Oh, yeah, and the other Dudley
Robert
boy.
Roode would reap if he could
The other Dudley boy
win
is
this
on the
match here
stream.
tonight and allow Corbin to make the stipulation.
I think that is truly all we can do. Imagine the gifts that will be showered down.
Oh, you're
upon
waving? Dudley's
Robert
waving.
Roode for,
Dudley says hi.
By Reigns.
for
High five,
fulfilling
Dudley,
his
high
duty
five.
to King Corbin.
And Roman Reigns taking out Roode.
Dudley, that's not
The action has been fast. It has been a
Dudley.
physical since the bell rang. Roode attacking Reigns from behind at the
I
start
think,
of the matchup.
Maybe AEW stole that from me. Ooh, ah. Oh, Roman Reigns is on.
Royal Rumble season, and we're approaching WrestleMania.
Uh-oh. Roman going for a run. Around. Through the barricade! Oh my goodness, but Robert Roode jumped out of the way. Oh my goodness. That's your bad. Dude, Roman, that's your bad. You did this. You did this to yourself. Roman Reigns goes for the incredible spear through the barricade, but Robert Roode just slickly leaps out of the way, and Roman flies like a good 5 feet horizontal right through the barricade. The cleanest barricade break I've seen in a while. That was really good. And now Baron Corbin is getting he's getting carried down to the ring as Roman is just laid out, and then they went to commercial. I bring the darkness. All right, hang on a second. Roman, you did this to yourself. There you go. Turn to the side, Baron. Baron Corbin, the king. Used to do the 3D all day on SmackDown. Just bring it. Yeah, the 3D is an incredible move. It's like an elevated RKO through a table. I mean, it's just a match made in heaven. What an incredible move. Iconic. Super iconic. So they just went to commercial break. King STD is here. Super tough dude, yes. Super tough dude. That's what STD stands for. Corbin needs to get that crown slapped off his head. Let me do it. King STD is here. Yeah, the King super tough dude. I don't know why you guys hate on him so much. He is the future. He is the future of everything that is wrestling. Ay, ay, ay. And internet bill. Internet bill's crazy. I just got an email about the internet bill. You can now pay your internet bill. Ay, ay, ay. $82. 82 whole dollars. That's stuff right there. It's been pretty good though. Internet's been pretty nice. I must say, since the upgrade, I've been able to complete like full game downloads super quick. Hasn't been giving me as many problems with frame droppage until today, for some reason. But you know, we don't live in Japan, so internet's still gonna give us problems. Japan has from what I hear, Japan has like the finest internet. Although I don't really hear about like India internet. I would think in India they probably have some really good interwebs, man. China, it probably sucks because it's so big. But maybe it's good. Who knows? Russia has to have good internet because they have all those trolls that keep ruining all of our movies reviews, right? Oh, wait. 𝗏𝗏𝘅 told us that the internet in Finland is just extra gangster and extra cheap for the same speeds that we're getting over here for extra expensive. So maybe Finland's got it. If you got super in your name, does that mean you are 16-bit? You're either 16-bit or owned by DC. Maybe one of those two.
When you put your opponent through a table, King Corbin's out here with a lot at stake.
King Corbin is up on the
matchup. King Corbin gets to choose the stipulation for his
match. Going for a superplex through the table.
Rude's going for a superplex. He's going to try
Baron Corbin.
Superplex Roman Reigns to the table.
Roman Reigns is blocking. I thought Baron Corbin was running down to the ring.
Now it may be Robert Roode who's in trouble. Oh no, this could backfire badly.
Finland is in real life Disneyland, yeah.
Reigns. And another one to Roode. That table very, very close to the corner.
All right, Baron Corbin is not involved yet, so I'm going to take. Oh my God!
At the Rumble now, look at this, looking for perhaps the power bomb.
The power bomb through the table? No, Robert Roode punches his way out of there. The glorious DDT?
Robert Roode looking for the glorious DDT, perhaps to the table. Now Roman Reigns
with the Samoan drop. Robert Roode says, "Get this table out of here." He just flips the table over. He's like, "Forget it, man."
Brilliant. King Corbin vowed that Roman Reigns would have to bow to him at the Royal Rumble.
Get up.
Corbin obviously with a very, very deep interest in this matchup out here.
All right, Robert Roode on the outside just crawling around, and Roman looking for something.
What is Roman doing now?
Getting a little creative.
Roman setting up the table in the corner.
Again, it doesn't matter how you put your opponent through a table. You just got to put him through it in order to win the match.
There we go. Roman actually sets the table up correctly.
Unwilling participant in this matchup.
It is our main event here tonight on Friday Night Smackdown on Fox. Capacity crowd electric here at the Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Baron Corbin still up on the ramp, not getting involved yet.
It's obvious Roman has a plan in
mind. I'm not sure if he can get disqualified in a table match by outside interference. Not sure that's possible.
Check out Robert Roode. There's a
Superman punch
right on the jaw.
Roman's getting hyped. Roman jumps off the steel steps with a Superman punch straight to the face of Robert Roode. Rolls him back into the ring, and he's got him set up. Robert Roode dangerously close to elimination right here.
I hope Robert realizes where exactly in the ring he's positioned.
Uh-oh, Roman looking for the spear. Ooh-ah. Ooh-ah. Now Baron Corbin. Nope, he got out of the way. Oh, Dolph Ziggler with a super kick. No, there's no disqualification. There's no disqualification in a tables match. Okay, I thought they might throw it out.
And the table that Roman Reigns
Dolph Ziggler
looks like the
has entered the fray.
Destruction right now.
And the official can do nothing about this.
Well, Roman, you better hope the Usos are still in the building. That was a good super kick. You gonna feed him more dog food?
Robert Roode out here directing traffic, demanding Roman Reigns be set up on our table.
Uh-oh. It's a table match. They're putting Roman Reigns on the announce table. Oh my goodness. Robert Roode off the top rope. The Usos are here. Super cake out of the sky. Super cakes to everybody. Corbin and Ziggler caught him too.
The Usos are gonna fly!
The bloodline in full effect on Friday Night Smackdown.
Goodness gracious.
The cavalry arriving at the
kick must have been at least 16 bit. Yes, it's the SNES kick. Oh man, wait a minute. What is this? No way.
What the hell are you doing?
Both members of the Usos on the barricade. Wow. Stereo frog splashes through the tables. And now, Roman in the ring. Spears Bobby Roode through the table for the win. Good ending. La la. Roman Reigns. That was a good ending. That was a good ending right there. Roman with the spear through the table to Robert Roode, and now he gets to pick the stipulation for how he will fight Baron Corbin at the Royal Rumble. So he can choose whatever match type he wants. He's still got some time left, so he's probably going to take the mic and tell him right now. I hope he does, because I want to know right now. I don't want him to be like, and I'll tell you next week. Believe that, and then he throws the mic, and then we end. I hope he actually tells us what the stipulation is going to be. That was a cool spear. Very well done, and folded him in half, dude. He made an ice cream sandwich out of Robert Roode. All right, here we go. He's got the mic. He's going to tell us.
The Royal Rumble is in a baseball stadium, and that thing is huge, so that means I'm going to whoop your ass all over it, Corbin. And the stipulation is a falls count anywhere match.
Oh my, a week from Sunday, all of Minute Maid Park is fair game.
Dude, I hope he pins him on the roof. That's cool. I like that. I hope he pins him on the roof. I thought he was going to say it's in a baseball stadium. So it's a bat match where you can't use anything but a steel baseball bat. That was cool, man. That was a pretty dang enjoyable SmackDown. We got to have a little talk about this, guys. We can't just let it go. We got to have ourselves a little talk about what happened here. You know what another word for little talk is? A chat? Yeah, chat. Let's have one of those. Dudley. What's up, Dudley? Dudley, what is that? What's that in your hand? Dudley, what do you have in your other hand? Don't try to hide it from me. I see something in your other hand. Dudley, Dudley, what are you doing? Dudley, what is that? It's a vial? You're drinking it. Don't drink that. Dudley, you drank it. What was in that? Dudley, what did you drink? You're going to end up like Robert Roode. I'm going to have to suspend you for weeks. Dudley, what did you do? Dudley, what's going on? Dudley, you drank the growth serum? I made that. Oh, my God. Dudley, you drank the growth serum? That was an experimental. Dudley, look at how big you are now, man. You're not going to. Dudley, stop dancing. No. Oh, my God. Anyway, all right, let's just have the chat. Don't step on the keyboard. It's hard to get used to, isn't it? Now you're huge. Now you're huge. Now look at you. You're flopping around on the floor. Your little legs. I try to tell you. Your legs are built for your size, your body type and stuff, man. It's not gonna. I'll help you. I have the antidote, but I have to synthesize the rest of it. You're gonna need more of it now since you're so big. My goodness, Dudley, you're trying to be the Big Show. Is that what you said? No, you're not. That's what Bryan just said too. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's talk about SmackDown, guys. Some of my eye. Did you get some of that growth serum in my eye? Oh no, I'm gonna look like Sloth from Goonies. Sloth loves Chunk. All right, so let's talk. Let's talk about SmackDown. If you would like to give me a review, please type a number 1 in the chat so that I know that you're looking to give your review. It's gonna turn human, Gritty. Why would he turn human though? I don't understand that. Why would he want to turn human? He seems to be having a lot of fun as a bacon alien. He's gonna look like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, anyway. Get this background music going. Alright, so the first person who gets to give their Baby Ruth. I'm gonna look like him. Dude, I think you got some in my eye, dude. Dudley, I'm gonna get you, man. Alright, so anyway. Alright, let's talk. Who's first? Brandon, Cameron. Brandon. Alright, Brandon, you're first. You're up first, Brandon. Let's find out what Brandon thought about SmackDown tonight. I gotta say, I really did like it. I thought it had a good a good ebb and a good flow to it. It wasn't too action-packed up front and too lazy later. I felt like every storyline actually, I felt rewarded for actually caring about the storylines. Like the Mandy and Otis thing came to a bit bigger of an explanation, and also there's stuff happening between now Mandy and Sonya because of it. Also on top of that, the bloodline thing between him and the Usos is looking good. They came out for the save. I thought maybe they weren't going to do that. I don't want that to be overdone, but it's looking all right now. What else? What else was cool? The Kane thing. The Kane thing was so left field for me. They really got me. Speaking of baseball stadiums, they caught me out of left field with this Kane setup for the Fiend, because Daniel Bryan's so ahead of the game. I really like that, man. I really like that. So, Brandon, it is your review. Just tell me what you liked, maybe what you thought could have been better, and your overall score out of 10. So it could be like a 5 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, a 2 out of 10, like however much you liked it. Keep in mind, the way we normally rate stuff is a 5 is like an average everyday episode of SmackDown. A 6 is where they did a little bit more, where they delivered on some storylines a little bit, or somebody had a cool promo. A 7 is like, okay, now they're starting to get you interested. 8 is like, hey, they did a good show, something that you would recommend to somebody. A 9 would be like, hey, oh my God, this is almost the best SmackDown. And then a 10 would just be like, this is the best. So it's up to you. I'll be right back in a moment. That was a good song right there. It sounded like something you would run into a old Darkwing Duck type of game or something.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few
so let's
clicks
find
away,
out what
buying a car should be no different.
Bryan thought
That's
about
why-
this.
Yeah, those prices are good for today only.
Unskippable ads
There's a lot of
going on right
flexibility
here.
here. We can work something
All
out.
right.
If,
So he says, like SmackDown, favorite moment was the Team Hell No and the Fiend and the Usos and STD. It's been a really well-rounded show. I love John Morrison. Yes, 8.5 out of 10, dude. John Morrison was a. I mean, he hasn't taken. Well, that's probably pretty loud. He hasn't taken much time off, so it wasn't as surprising for me to see him be capable of what he did there. It was very smooth. I love that he came back firing on all cylinders. He did very much botch that final move, though. He landed on Big E's head, it looked like. So, man, I hope Big E's all right. I really hope Big E is all right. Background music is good. Okay, thank you. Man, 8.5. All right. Has a very good rating. Let me get I wore my Smackdown pants tonight, guys. I wore my Smackdown pants. Bring up my calculator so I can make sure that the calculations are in here. By the way, if you don't know what we're doing, we are, I'm taking the ratings of the people who are watching, the people who are in the stream, because what we do here is a thing called the Battle of the Brands. Let me show you what the Battle of the Brands is breaking down like right now. Look at this. Look at this. All right, so NXT has basically secured itself a win. Although I do believe that NWA might be able to scoop them. The scoop is possible. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible. NXT is ahead far and away. AEW is doing a very good job, but it's really gonna come down to the next couple of or the next week here. I don't think AEW can do it. I don't think they can get it. Like mathematically, I think they can get it eventually, but just not this particular season. This is season 2 of the Battle of the Brands, and as you can see, NXT has a trophy next to them because they won last season. Will they win this season? It's looking very possible, but hey, if Hard Times delivers and NWA Power delivers next week, they could be looking at a possible win. So I still think that there is a possibility, but I haven't seen an NXT takeover that has not delivered. So it's tough, dude, especially because the season ends right after the Royal Rumble. So these points are, I should break it down a little bit more than that. Every one of these points you're seeing is an episode of said show that has exceeded a 7.75 overall rating by everybody in here as an average. So that means somebody gave it an 8, somebody gave it a 7, somebody gave it a 9, somebody gave it a 4, and we added all those up. We divide it by how many people gives ratings, and then we find out if it's above a 7.75. Even though they beat them in the ratings. Yeah, because the amount of people watching is not the ratings. That's not what we do here. If we did that, we'd have to wait till the next day, and that has nothing to do with anything. Because if we did it that way, Raw would have won. Do you see the problem with that? If we went by the ratings, Raw would have double the points of AEW because they eclipse AEW every single time. So that's why we don't do that. That's why we don't do that. If we went by the ratings, if we went by the amount of people who watch, AEW would have half as many points as Raw, and Raw is not as good as AEW recently. So we have to do it this way. We have to actually go by the ratings of the people in the chat. That's why everybody should just give their ratings. That's what matters. Not how many people watched. Who cares how many people watched? More people watch Batwoman than watch AEW. So does that mean Batwoman is a better show than AEW? No. So it doesn't matter. None of that has a bearing on our review. We're reviewing SmackDown right now. Okay, the wrestling fans are speaking. We're not worried about how many other people watched it tonight. We're worried about how good it was. So that's why I'm asking you guys your opinion on SmackDown Live. So far, we have a 8.5, and we have somebody else's review coming up, which would be Cameron. Cameron is the next review. Let's find out what Cameron thought about Smiggity Smack. So I hope that makes sense, guys. If I went by how many people watch something, then SmackDown and Raw would have the most points in the Battle of the Brands, because more people watch both of those than watch AEW or NXT, and especially NWA. NWA would be sitting at like no points if we went by how many people watch stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying you're not listening. You're not understanding. Raw absolutely destroys both of these shows, NXT and AEW. They doubled their ratings. So Raw would be the best show on TV right now if we went by how many people are watching. That's why we don't do it. So I hope you see. We don't go by how many people watched. We go by your ratings in the chat. So give your rating, and then maybe we'll talk about it. If you don't give your rating, then you're not adding to it. Brandon, thank you so much for your review, by the way, Brandon. Give Brandon some hype here. Brandon, thank you, dude. It doesn't matter, though. If you want to talk about numbers, then Raw is the best show on TV. Raw and SmackDown are the best wrestling shows. That's why we don't talk about numbers. So I hope it makes sense. I'm done with this conversation. I hope it makes sense. So let's read what Cameron had to say. Sasha and Bayley get beat down. That's the second part. Okay. Okay. All right. The first part. SmackDown was. Like I said, there's no reason to even talk about how many people watch, because if we talk about that, it's just the wrong shows will be winning. Wrong shows will be winning points. It's all about what people in here give me the ratings on. I can't speak to all that because I don't know how many people are watching. We'd have to wait until much later, and it still would be skewed because more people watch Raw and SmackDown. So those would be the best shows on TV, and everybody knows they are not the best wrestling shows. SmackDown was all right. Was good to see Kane again. It was. I was really surprised that Kane came out as Kane. It felt a little weird for him to be cutting a promo like that after all the times he's appeared since his last appearance as just the mayor. So it felt a little weird to see him out there like, oh, and the souls and stuff. But I did like seeing Kane dressed as Kane and coming out here to choke slam people possibly. I felt that darkness again, and it was a little bit of suspension of disbelief that was necessary on my part, but I agree. It was cool to see Kane again. Nice little segment with Bryan pulling out the Fiend's hair. Yes, Morrison match was all right. He had some moves like Jagger off the top rope. Always nice to see. Dude, when he flipped off the top rope with that sideways cartwheel, I was like, wow, this guy is really he's really back. He's really back. He's kept it together. He's kept his body, his abilities together. Everything's looking good. I don't know what that means really. I don't know if they're gonna have a run at the tag team titles, but you were so right, dude. His moves were looking fresh. A little botchy in the end there with the finisher, but hopefully Big E is okay. As long as Big E's fine, then I'm fine with it. As long as Big E's all right. Sasha and Bayley got beat down. Yeah, they did get beat down. That was funny because right in the middle of the promo by the Revival about how WWE doesn't care about the tag team division, all of a sudden they just cut away from it and show you the women's division. So it was basically like a self-fulfilling prophecy by the Revival. They said what they really think is going on with WWE, and the WWE just backed it up immediately. Like, oh well, forget about the Revival. Let's go over here. So I found that really funny, and I also found it very telling that maybe they're building on more of that storyline. The level of detail in that segment alone could equal some really good things for the Revival coming up here. I think that they paid attention. I just think they did a good job with that. What else? Sheamus gonna bro kick Shorty G into the home run upper deck. It is in a baseball stadium. The Royal Rumble match was set up tonight, and I think you're right. I just gotta hope that Shorty G or Chad Gable does not win that match, because I don't know, man. I think it's too early for Sheamus to be losing with his newfound push and his comeback. I think it would be. I mean, maybe if Chad Gable gets a little roll up or something, but yeah, I think you're right. I hope he gets kicked like really, really badly. Mandy and Otis stuff is okay. It's funny. Main event wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I didn't think it was bad either. 7.75 out of 10. Nice. Wow, just right on the money for it possibly getting a point. That's a good review, Cameron. Very thorough. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Dude, Cameron, nice review. The 7.75 has been recorded.
But shopping for your next vehicle shouldn't be one of them.
If I can type.
At Chapman Automotive, we've made it easy. 12 brands, 12 locations.
Cameron doing it. No, don't play that song. Okay, there we go. Cameron. Why is this message erased? Maybe he took his own message out. Can you do that? Yeah, you can take your own message out. He probably took his own message out because he jumped the gun. Cameron, thank you for your review. Your 7.75 has been recorded. Dudley, I see you, man. I know. I said I'm gonna get you some of the antidote, man. I just gotta synthesize it. I was not expecting to have to give you the antidote. You drank it, and now you're huge, and now you can't walk. His little legs won't help him. I didn't tell you to drink it. You drank it on your own, Dudley. Dudley, man. Dudley is something else. Dudley, what's going on? No, Dudley, you're getting even bigger. Dudley, what's happening? Dudley, you're not taking over. Don't say that. Look at how slow you have to walk now. Okay, so you can walk. Okay, he can walk a little bit. Dudley, that's not a dance. He says he's dancing. Dudley. Dudley, I can still see you. I know that's normally where you stand when you disappear, but you didn't disappear this time because you're huge. Still see you, Dudley. Dudley, I can still see you. Alright, now you're gone. Dudley, you shouldn't have drank it. You shouldn't have drank it, man. I told you. Cameron, thank you very much for the thank you for the review. Alright. Next up would be oh gosh, let me go back up. Tiny tacos? What are the tiny tacos? Let's go back up. Find out. Skull Crusher. It would be Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher's next. Skull Crusher's the last review. And yes, I did see you, Empire, but you gotta start actually showing up like a little bit during the broadcast, because if I don't make it that way, it means people can just come in here who I don't know if they've watched the broadcast. I don't know if they're actually seeing SmackDown. So I gotta actually cut you off this time, Empire, because I need you to stop on by during the broadcast a little bit, man. During the actual SmackDown or during the actual Raw, because if I don't, then it's unfair to all the people I've boxed out as well before, and on top of that, I got to make sure that people are actually supporting the live stream during the events that I'm putting on. So I gotta box you out a little bit, man. But like I said, next time, if you're here during Raw, or during SmackDown, during NXT, during AEW. Even if you're just here for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, just try to make an effort to get into the chat during the show so that I know you actually saw some of it. Because if I don't do that for you, then I got to do it for everybody, and then it'll just get out of control because people could just come in here and be like, oh, 8.5, and then just go, or people could be like 1.0, and then it's done. Then the ratings stop mattering. He's trying to surprise me. I understand completely, man. I know you probably got other things to do, but I just gotta keep it even. And I wouldn't just let somebody on YouTube just pop in. So trust me, I trust that you watched it. I trust your ratings. You do great reviews. It's just got to see you during the actual show a little bit so that so I can put everybody else at ease. It's not that I don't think so. It's just somebody comes in here and they're like, oh, I thought this was like legit. I can't say it. I can't say it is if I just let anybody do it. So it is Smickety Smack by 𝗟𝗘𝗃𝗪.
Yeah.
𝗟𝗘𝗃𝗪?
Those prices are good for today only.
Is that what I'm saying?
There's a lot of flexibility.
All right, Lacey winning was good.
Bring the price.
Finally, yeah, that was cool. I like the way that they got to it as well. I agree with that. I'm trying to skip ads and do stuff at the same time. All right, here we go. Usos coming to the rescue makes me happy. Family, and I hope, hashtag family, and I hope that Daniel ripping the Fiend's hair out was part of the storyline. Imagine if it wasn't. It might not be. It might not be. That's one of the things that I've been trying to say for like weeks is I want to feel rewarded for paying attention to the details. It would be incredible if it was part of the storyline, but I hope it is. That Otis catching Mandy was my favorite part. Better romance than Twilight. You wonder if Bray will be bald now too. That's a fun idea. I hope that was not his power, man. I hope his hair was not his power. Roman winning is awesome as always. Glad they're building him up. Sheamus was shooketh. He definitely was shook. I'm only saying because Daniel Bryan's reaction to the hair made me feel like it was an accident. Yeah, he did seem very surprised about it. I agree with that. He did seem surprised by it. And, man, of all the things I could think of to be the Fiend's actual weakness, I would say maybe, because he's so, like, he never forgets, maybe his weakness is you not forgetting. Maybe his weakness is you understanding what you've done to him or what has happened before. Because it seems like Daniel Bryan is one of the only people who has really embraced what has happened in the past. So maybe his weakness is when people actually understand what's happened between the two, or maybe his weakness is when people aren't scared of him or something like that. You know, when people don't show fear. I don't know. It could be a number of things based off the storyline that we've seen so far. Let's see. And Kane facing off with the Fiend was kind of chilling. They should fight. They should have a fight. 7.9 out of 10. 7.9. Skull Crusher, thank you for your review. They should have a fight. Maybe they'll have a fight next week. That'd be pretty cool, right? But they didn't set it up this week, so they would have to just out of nowhere announce it, which would still be cool. Kane versus the Fiend, but Kane would just get rocked, you know? Like, I think the Fiend should be the most powerful thing in the WWE right now, next to Brock, but still, he should be more powerful than Brock because Brock he's a human, but he's just a beastly human. The Fiend should have this, like, otherworldly thing to him, so, yeah, I think that'd be cool. Hardcore Wind, welcome to the stream. Good review, Skull Crusher, thank you very much. The Fiend's weakness should be Bray? How so? Skull Crusher Hype, thank you very much for your review. Here, I'm going to give you and I need to give the tacos as well. So first, I'm gonna give this panda, and then I'm gonna give the taco for hardcore wins. Hardcore wins. Thank you for clicking follow. Thank you for becoming a member of Team Gritty. I don't know. Did it show up on the screen, guys? Did you see the stomping taco this time? It didn't show up last time. It didn't show up last time, so I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it showed up this time. Skull Crusher. Good stuff, good stuff. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3. So I would be the last review. All right, this is gonna be something golden right here. What did I think of SmackDown? I felt like every storyline that we have been told about, that we should actually care about based off of what they've put on TV in the last couple weeks, they did a good job of delivering on those. I didn't feel like anything was stale. I felt like each storyline really had its storyline beats. Each exchange felt more genuine than normal. The Lacey Evans thing versus Sasha and Bayley backstage felt more savage than normal. It felt more
you could be doing
more visceral than normal. And the aftermath of it, where Sasha got taken out of it and Bayley got put in, that made perfect sense to me. And the fact that Lacey has pinned Bayley now, it set it up perfectly for what's going to happen at the Rumble. Let's just hope that Sasha doesn't get involved and cost Lacey the match, because I do believe that it would be better if this title would be defended a little bit more, the SmackDown Women's Championship. I also I like the Morrison and Big E thing. Man, Morrison looked great out there. Big E did a great job of selling each one of his maneuvers, especially the draping neck breaker off the apron, the flip, the sideways flip, the cartwheel parkour off the top rope was an incredible spot as well. Glad Morrison got a straight up victory here and not some weirdness from The Miz getting involved. Roman Reigns versus Robert Roode was a fun match. It looked cool. The part where Roman speared himself through the barricade and then Baron came out, you could just tell it was the momentum swinging against Roman, and I liked that. I liked that ebb and flow of the drama and the match just seeming to be getting out of his hands and more into the I don't even know what you call the King's Court. Is that what they call? I don't know what they call the people who hang out with Baron Corbin, but it looked like it was going their way at that point. The Usos getting involved is cool. I just don't want that to become the stock ending of SmackDown Live, because we've seen it a couple times now. And next week is going to be the final SmackDown before the Royal Rumble, so I hope they don't replay that same thing 3 weeks in a row and leave us with just a kind of lackluster ending for a go-home show. But I hope they'll replace that with maybe some really good Fiend stuff to make the Fiend look strong again, because the Fiend seems to be on his heels and is not looking nearly as strong or untouchable as before. Maybe that's by design. Hopefully it is, and hopefully he's got the mind to get around their little setups and stuff next time. The Otis and Mandy thing was so fun. It's sad though, because I think that it's going to get in the way of Sonya and Mandy being a good tag team, and they're one of the better put together acts, and one of the better the more focused on tag teams in the women's division. Of course, they've put together other women's tag teams that have done all right recently, but I feel like Sonya and Mandy could be tag team champions, and I kind of don't want them to break that team up, because then you got even less talent. You got even less of a pool of people to go to when you need to make those tag titles look better. Right now, the tag titles are fine. I'm not saying that that's a problem, but it's just in the future when you want people to challenge for them, you're going to have even less teams if you break up Mandy and Sonya, and I feel like they're one of the better ones. What else happened? Shorty G and Sheamus. That was funny. Chad Gable getting the jump on Sheamus. You could tell Sheamus was utilizing his size and thinking nothing was going to happen. He thought that he just intimidated him into just taking a back seat and just walking away. But Chad Gable showed that there's some fight, and I like that. Hopefully next week we'll get even more of that, and then their match at the Royal Rumble will matter more. Because right now I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, they're going to fight. Next week is the proving grounds to see if that match has some legs. Besides that, just all together, SmackDown really seemed to flow. It seemed to fit. The storylines were well delivered. The promos were pretty well done. Elias and Shinsuke and all them, I don't know why they threw that together. Just to throw people off and still have Braun come out and do the same thing that he would have done if it was a Sheamus or if it was a Cesaro promo or a Sami Zayn promo. I felt like the Elias thing was a little tacked on, especially because he didn't get to finish any of his songs. So maybe they just want to keep him in our minds. Maybe he'll do all right in the Rumble or something. Altogether, I have to give this episode of SmackDown Live I give it a 7.9. I think it was pretty dang good. Pretty memorable, pretty well put together. Thought the wrestling was fine. The botchiness came from the people who normally botch. The people who don't normally botch were fine, and we got a re-debut of a long-standing, not a long-standing, but a long-gone WWE star. And then Kane came out too, and I don't know. It gives me hope for the future, and I am very much looking forward to next week, which is something that SmackDown has been kind of dropping the ball on for me recently. Is making me. I'm gonna watch anyway, but making me really excited about it is something they've dropped the ball on a lot. So I think that 7.9 is about where I'm gonna be at for it. So, with that said, it is time. Let's find out. Hardcore win. Thank you so much for the sparks as well. Let's turn this up and let's find out what scores we got. Oh yes. All right. So what do we got? We got an 8.5, a 7.75, a 7.9, and a 7.9. Two 7.9s at the end, which equals 32.05. Divide that by 4 scores to find out 4 scores equals 8.0125. 8.0. They did pretty well this time. They did pretty well tonight. The return of Kane definitely helped. The return of John Morrison definitely helped. The Fiend showing up. Bray Wyatt showing up. Daniel Bryan with the trap. I mean, everything. It was like they were just firing. They were firing on all cylinders, and things just really melded together well. Man, there's not really much more I can say about this. I think they did a very, very good job. And hopefully this is the This is why I like how many pay-per-views that WWE has per year, is because they don't get to be like, oh, we're gonna have a pay-per-view in 3 months, and then they just kind of coast and then build up. They have to stay on it. Like you might get like two weeks worth of shows that are kind of, but then they have to start ramping up to sell those tickets and to get to the pay-per-view. So I like their schedule. I think this is one of those times where the Royal Rumble being so quick after December is such a great thing, because December is that spot where just wrestling is like and I love that the Royal Rumble comes right after that, because then you're on the road to WrestleMania. Then you got to start building your superstars. You're going to put in those events. You got to start doing all that. So I think that this episode of SmackDown just quantifiably benefited from the fact that the Royal Rumble is coming up so soon. And if it wasn't, I don't think we would have got such a good show tonight. So good stuff by the SmackDown staff, and good stuff on WWE for having one pay-per-view a month, and for having this build that's so necessary towards their biggest show of the year. Man, I love it. I'm so glad it turned out this well. And Dudley, I'm not so glad that you drank that serum, dude. I got to get on it. I got to get on the serum. I got to start trying to fix that, to fix this situation that Dudley has got himself into, that you got us into, Dudley. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Gritty Urban Saga. Actually, on the morrow, we are UFC bound. Yes. Well, hopefully we are. If everything works out, we'll see what's up with the internet tomorrow, and hopefully it'll all be good. But tomorrow we will most likely be checking out what's going on with Conor McGregor and his return to the octagon. I have a feeling he's going to get smashed, but we will see about that. Make sure you guys leave a like on that video. It is live on my YouTube channel currently, so leave a like there. Leave a like on this video if you haven't already done this. And thank you for everybody who left sparks. Thank you for everybody who thank you to Cameron for the super chat, for the sticker, the $2, man. Thank you so much for that. And for everybody who hung out today without ad block on, thank you so much for contributing in that way. If that's the most you can do, it matters a lot, guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe in the meantime, guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Take care of the people that you care about. Keep yourself safe as well, guys. And I will catch you guys on the morrow. Gritty Urban out. Also, Grapple Chat out. Dudley, look at how big you are, man. Look at the Gatorade belt. It's stretching on you, man. Look at this. What are you doing?